Well, you know what? I'm just gonna say this. So, okay, yes, we're gonna review Together Again, the third episode of Adventure Times in Distant Lands, and I want to say one of my last. It's gonna be something I want to say later later on later on after the video. So. So yeah, let's just review Together Again. So yeah, we get to the opening, which is basically the original opening, but I do enjoy that they like to play this original opening, and it does feel no, not much has changed. And the only difference is that they put Distant Lands there, and that's it. Still a pretty good one. So yeah, we're off to a good start. So we begin with Finn and Jay taking a fit souffle for ice cream. Eat your heart out, Ben and Jerry's. From an ice cream cave. They escape, and well, they did it. All of a sudden, Ice King just stole princesses again. Ice King is despite the fact we're still supposed to be even the finale and everything, and all it just really acts up weirdly until. Just all this doesn't seem right until we realize all these random events from earlier. That we see Jake seeing a greystone turn liquid, and something strange on his bag happens. It turns out to be a dream parasite. That's me. Showing Finn as an old person had been dead. And turns out this takes place sometime a long time after Obsidian. Mainly because we see the Jake tattoo in the scene indicating that it was something. Yeah, it was that. Anywho, we get to Finn and Jake. So yeah, we get to Finn just, entering the land of the dead, becoming young again, and then we see the fox acting as a tour. We already see it, so he's already been dead. I assume he died. And then again, we see the finale, and he's already dead, so yeah. As the tour guide, and then and also the tour guide talks about pretty much how you can transform into previous reincarnations, or even just simple skeletons. Turns out, yeah, Finn did transform into a lot of some of his other original incarnations, including Soko. Yeah, remember that girl? Who was one of Finn's previous lives? Yeah. Turns out Jake was... After hearing that Jake is in the 50th Land of the Dead, yeah, we'll know why there are like 50 lands later, because each of them represents a different... are basically different lands. So yeah, instead, and so Finn with basically without a tip, with basically seeing a lot of like new decided to go to new and then Tiffany again. Then we see Tiffany again in this special, and he was working for New Death. Anyways, after trying to just go for... So after betraying Tiffany... Finn covered to his room. But New Death is a completely different Death than the previous one. Reckless and not to be reasoned with. However, he was allowed to find Jake. So he decided to see the last special on Tiffany and decided to try a different dimensions of the Land of the Dead. Basically, Finn sees a bunch of cameo, but basically see a lot about different Adventure Time characters being in this dead realms. And the land is different. In this, explain my question. Well, yeah, sorry, this was a just. I just realized how many times I go with Tiffany, so sorry about that. Anyways, back to Tiffany, who decided to as New Death to basically give him a second chance. So he decided, hey, New you should take your gods and take down Finn. Take down the 45th dimension, yeah. Finn finally reaches to one of the lands where Jake's parents live, as well as as well as his brothers, as well as his brother as well, resembling unfortunate as well as pretty much new gods literally obliterate one in the world, leading to empty space. Anyways, Jake hears the vibration, feels Finn's vibration, and went, "Oh hey, yeah, but they are reunited. Well, that should be over. I will. Oh wait, right, New Death fixed it. Right, New Death. So yeah, the reasons why New Death came to enter the 50th. Yeah, the reason he did the wanted Finn to basically summon Jake is to go to the 50th Deathland. Turns out to be a place where you find true peace. New Death is pretty much decided to basically send all the residents of every single land to the first one, which is well known to be the West. After Tiffany wants to get revenge at Jake for wanting to see him again, decided Finn and Jake screwed up. Decided wanted to call Peppermint Butler, who is ruling the kingdom now. I'm probably gonna assume this will be explained in the next episode. Explained in the final. I'm betting they're going to explain it in the final episode. No joke. I'm most likely going to say they're going to explain it in the fourth and final episode, Wizard City. I'm going to assume they're probably going to explain it in Wizard City, unless it's going to be another prequel. Will be the last prequel, unless as Cartoon Network decided to renew the series for another episode, or at least try to explain why Princess Bubblegum was never in this series. Either A, she's dead, or B, most likely living with Marceline. Hopefully we don't want to go back to incidents. So yeah. Decided, hey, Finn and Jake. Everyone's like, oh, I know how to defeat New Death. Go to the realm of the living. Which has got to be the weirdest looking Little Mermaid version of the Little Mermaid to see. Anyways, to see life herself. Finn and Jake told life that New Death is doing this and doing job well, turns out to be his son, and they told her they basically cut off the reincarnation and decided to create a new weapon just to defeat him. Okay, yes. Yeah. Also, there was also a final warning, but never got to tell. Yes. Tell you something important, but you're just gonna leave anyway. Is another or other reasons before I finish up trope. I finished trope. New Death, Finn and Jake, it came back to the land of the dead, and with the help of Tiffany, decided to fight a New Death. I know this weapon is made by light. I know the weapon was made created by life herself. But it's quite funny to see New Death get beaten up by his stick. But I guess it makes sense in concept. Anyways, meanwhile, Tiffany gets basically beaten up repeatedly. But all of a sudden, but Jake's and was going to throw it off to the pit. But I literally knew that. Wrong characters. Say by basically Jake's parents and pretty much. And yeah, later they were going to reveal that he became. Anyways, moving back to the actual fight. Finn decided the stick wasn't. They don't know how to use the stick properly, and turns out. And Finn decided, yep, time to use the telemet and pay punch. And that Joshua gave him. Yes. Tell him on paper if you want to deal with demons. Approved by Sailor Mars and other anime characters and other shrine maidens. and other Shrine Maiden anime characters, and also for Shrine Maidens. Sorry, I don't know something. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry to any Japanese fans, but still. Approved by Sailor Mercury and other anime characters. Please don't make mad at me again. Please, I hope it doesn't matter anyone. Sorry if I offend any Japanese fans, but anyways. We get to... Anyways. And it turns out Dev doesn't want the job, but accidentally kills Dev and becomes the new Dev. That was the time. But it turns out that it was controlled by the Lich himself. Yeah, Rob Perlman reprised his role in this episode, and we see a lot of old reincarnations as well as callbacks. And basically after beating... And yeah, Finn and Jake decided to find who gets to be sacrificed. And Mr. Fox came into work. Mr. Fox came in, literally uses the weapon, and defeats his new Dev. And Mr. Fox decided why not to work to become the new ruler of the underworld. Which makes you wonder what happens to Devs when they die. But I knew the Lich's hand is still left there, and it tries to pursue Mr. Fox, but Jake just crushed him and just yanked him into the line of the dead. Okay, anticlimactic aside, everything goes back to normal. Jake decided he did too, pretty much to say goodbye. And well, yeah. Finn and Jake decided to say one final goodbye to Jake's pair. Anyways, we see Jake's family coming into there, and also he's going to be raising Tiffany. Excuse me a second. And Finn and Jake decided, well, say one was goodbye. Jake decided when to go back to the 50th land of the dead. And Finn decided to go reincarnate. But Jake decided, you know what, let me go join the group, get reincarnated. And the ticket, and ending with Finn and Jay basically wondering what their next lives will be next. I'm going to... Yeah, we already seen the final, so we know what that is. And that's it. Really, this was a really fun and emotional episode. And it was my fun favorites. And it does feel like it serves as a true finale to the series. I do like it does feel like an epilogue, but I do enjoy it. Animation is still there, the characters and everything was still there, pretty much the entire special, and all of it was pretty good. But I'd like to make one and final announcement. Well, this is going to be my last review for cartoons for a while. Yeah, you may be wondering, but Keith, didn't you start with cartoons? Are you leaving YouTube or something? Or taking a break? Nah. I want to go take a break from the cartoon industry. I'm going to be taking a break from the cartoon I'm only going to be taking a break from the cartoon industry. Mainly because I really need a break. Not much. Because... really I need a break. Because... cartoons have been feeling a bit boring as of late. Sure, there's some good shows, but also leads to my second reason. Not really much interesting. I know there's stuff like Big Green City, but maybe I'm more in towards fantasy and action cartoons from that. Maybe there's something I would like something somewhere for at least the 2010s for the 2020s. So I do hope we get something for the 2020s at least. At least get something. Maybe I'll come back reviewing something like Rise, which maybe a little mixed bag from older fans and whatnot. Although, yeah, I did feel like it was coming off the heels of the 2012 show, which, in my opinion, was one of my favorite TMNT shows. Yeah, I've never really fun of it. Never had much of fun of the 90s show, but yeah, I think after the first episode it was pretty good. I did a review on it. Yeah, maybe it was just early kinks and whatnot, and it does feel a little weird that the show feels like the weirdest take of the TMNT characters in existence. But okay. But yeah. Though I will come back to review Wizard City when that comes out, as well as Rise of the Troll Hunters. So stay tuned for those two reviews whenever those come out. Yes, I know I'm gonna be sound like a traitor, but I will come back one day to review cartoons. I will go back to reviewing cartoons at a later point, but yeah. Anywho, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye. Wait a minute, why am I leaving this room? It's my literal house. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Yep, I am. So, yeah. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have just gone with someone else to help me with this, but anywho. I would like to say I'm gonna be, like I said, I'll be leaving cartoons for a while, but I'll leave Wizard City and Rise of the Troll Hunters, Rise of the Titans as the only two exceptions. Seriously though, I kinda wish the Tales of Arcadia series was more than just a trilogy and a movie, to be honest. And I kinda wish they expand a bit more, to be honest. Like, maybe with backed by popular demand, yeah, I would like to see something like that. But yeah. So, yeah. Goodbye, cartoons, and yeah. Bye. Yeah, you know what?